Alrighty, so here's what I got for you there. Um, so basically, right here, obviously we have the tech bubble crash in 2000. So let's just go through here and read into it a little bit. So this is 99. It should be 2000. So January 2000, you had the high right over 5,000. You know, the low right there, 4,300. Pretty volatile, obviously, leading into the crash. The beginning of the crash, from a technical standpoint, I would say would be around the 7th of January. Obviously, you have that downside, so you have around 4,000 peaks down here within a week or so, you know, right at 1,300. So let's just keep that in mind. So let's go across here. This is right beginning January 2020, or 2000, I should say. So let's go through here. So you had a healthy trend up with not a lot of Fed presence from 2000, you know, bottomed out there 2002, 2003, all the way up to 2007. Then, of course, we have the housing crisis. So to give you an idea, tech bubble crisis, this is the housing crisis. This right here. And you hear about a lot. We've obviously saw, you know, movies like The Big Short. We've saw a lot of different things go on. But it's not a big, huge move in retrospect to the tech bubble crash. So right here, you know, you bottom out there January 2009. It's always January, you know. It's weird. So then now what we have is something really interesting. 2008, 2009, we have the Fed step in, right, and start buying a crap load of stuff because they had to get us out of a recession, or so we're told. So I'm going to move this up here just so you can see what I'm talking about. So, like I say, bottom out 2009 there, January again. Starts pulling up, pulling up, pulling up, pulling up. So right here, when you have that technical breakout, guess when it is? So interesting. I had this thought last night. It just blew my mind. When do you have the technical breakout? Any trader that looks at technical analysis would say that this is a breakout. My third grader knows that this right here is a technical breakout. Obviously, it would have still broken out, and we're not going to have a political bias here. It would have still broken out under Obama. But the sentiment under Republicans in the stock market has been historically better than Democrats. I don't know why, just the way it is. But right here, guess when it is? Literally January the 6th, 2016. What happens? That's a Trump inauguration, right? That's when Trump takes over. You combine that with the Fed money that's going into the market. So we're breaking out. We more or less almost double before 2018, right? January 2019, January 2020. That's whenever, you know, there was a huge pullback, obviously from 9 down to 6 something, because of COVID-19 and WHO and restrictions and lockdowns, etc. Got to keep in mind that the Fed is already putting money into the market since the housing crisis. They're already putting money into the market. So now you have this huge pullback, right? You have this huge pullback, and now the Fed has to go on hypersonic mode, right? They have to go on hypersonic mode so it shoots us even higher. So now what are we looking at? We're looking at January, right? 2022. And obviously, as you can see right here, the Nasdaq's down huge. It's been, you know, the worst week or start to the new year since the tech bubble crash, right? What I'm looking for is, I'm looking for this bounce to let us know that we are entering a recession. Because right now the chart is still bullish, right? Now we know that the Fed's going to begin tapering. We know the Feds are selling things. They're not. They're being extremely hawkish, and there's a lot of other people that can explain it better than I can. But it's just a quick research. But with the tech bubble crash, right? You had a bounce here, pretty significant bounce, but it did not break the top, right? It did not break back out into highs. That showed you when you had that bounce that didn't break off highs from a technical standpoint, it was a failed breakout, and you knew the top was in. Which anybody who looked at it from a technical standpoint, along with any news that was going on in the markets at the time, you knew that the top was in place, and now we're coming down, right? That's what we need to look for here. That's what we need to look for here. You had that 52-week range around 16.2. We know that a lot of these new Fed policies are not taking place until March. We need to see, in order to call this the top of the market, we need to see it bounce significantly, but not break through that high again, right? From a technical standpoint, your risk to reward to short here, you're definitely better off to short. You have not had any significant long-range pullback since the tech bubble. Markets are supposed to do this. See how it trends? I'll pull this up here. See how it just trends up? Trends up. That's the way they're healthily moving. Trends up naturally. This right here is what you get when the Fed goes into hypersonic mode, blasting off into oblivion with money printing and easy money policies. That's how you get inflation. That's how you get a housing bubble. That's how you get a lot of people losing the American dream of being able to afford a house, even with multiple people in the family working. We need a legit pullback. Now, where do I think this could pull back to? You've got the 52-week range low up there about 12,397. You go round that up to 12.5. 12.5 would be right here, right? But if I was looking at this from a chart perspective, if this was a day trade chart for me, I'd be looking at 10,000 because it's a good, huge round number. You get the 52-week low, 12.5. Your next target would be down there at 10,000. If it got really super ridiculously ugly, you would be looking at the 8,500 to 7,500 range, which would be the mark, before basically the Trump election, right? But I'm here to tell you, we get a lot of volatility in January. This may not be the top yet, but it surely is looking like it is. NASDAQ's down $400 a day. That is absolutely ridiculous. You had Apple hit $3 trillion right there in the first 2 days of the year, suck everybody into that headline, that $3 trillion headline, pulled back significantly. To give you an idea, a lot of the billionaires, Bezos, Zuckerberg, Buffett, the huge investing names, right? These guys all started selling last year, 2021. 2021 was the biggest year for insider selling that we've ever had in market history. And where are they selling at, right? So let's see here. From 2021, they're selling from here to here. What did they know that we didn't know? Well, they knew that they wanted the meat of the move, right? It didn't matter if they caught the top of the move or not, because they got the meat of it. These guys have been in since early 2000s. It don't matter if it goes to here, for instance. Don't matter that it goes to here, because they just caught a move from here to there. classic. I love technicals. It tells a story every single time. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Tell me what you think.